Hmm. Hi, welcome in this Facebook Live video. Today I'm very excited to share about a topic that is close to my heart, which is corporate wellness, of course. But today's Facebook Live video will be answering a couple of questions I received from a very enthusiastic corporate wellness professional from India, Pankaj Jaina, who's a member of the IIN Friends Facebook group. So this video will be shared there. And this is a network of corporate wellness consultants all over the world who bring healthy habits to companies, who implement methodologies, and who share how to work in a heart-centered way. Now, I got connected with Pankaj Jaina, and he asked me a couple of questions about corporate wellness, mainly on the topic return on investment. So this Facebook Live will be answering three main questions, and I'm going to read them because I've written them down just before this Facebook Live. So his first question was, for corporate wellness consultants, what are the reasons CEOs are or are not investing in corporate wellness? So as a consultant, if you want to get customers and long-term contracts and not just a 2-hour workshop or one time a week a course on mindfulness, how can you get long-term contracts with CEOs or decision makers? So that was the first question. The second question is literally how to get barefoot, but how can you get a foot in the door, and how can you meet a CEO, a decision maker of a company, because that's where you want to be if you're doing corporate wellness. And the third question, Pankaj Jaina had, whom is a corporate wellness consultant in India working for big companies. What are the numbers that I need to tell this CEO and that will convince him of the importance of corporate wellness, and why do I need numbers? So his question was, which are the key numbers? So in this Facebook Live today, I will be answering these three questions, and this is mainly aimed at people who want to be a corporate wellness consultant in a company, in a large organization, and you want to get a contract to work 2 or 3 days a week doing this job. Now, let's start with this first question then. Okay, why are CEOs, yes or no, investing in corporate wellness? Let's start with the why not. Corporate wellness, many consultants know this, but I'll repeat it if there's people who are very interested in this topic. Corporate wellness is all initiatives a company is taking to keep its people healthy and happy. And why do companies do this? From their heart, of course, because you want to work in a good environment, but also because you want your customers to be happy. If everyone in a company is feeling good, customers will shine too, and you'll get more turnover. Why are companies not doing it yet? Because many people, and I think everyone watching will know, like, if you have healthy people, if you have happy people, a company will flourish and grow. So why isn't this like the main budget in every company all over the world? And it's because companies are often driven by 3 or 4 main KPIs. And KPIs is how a company measures its success. And if you check on LinkedIn, or if you find a newsletter, like yesterday, for example, Coolblue was growing. And what do they share? We have so many new customers, so many new offices, and maybe the products. But what often isn't shared yet, and which is happening or not happening, is how happy are the people, how healthy are the people, how many people in our company are in a disease, how many people are happy and at work. This is a key indicator that's not being measured yet, because until now there weren't clear studies worldwide that related the direct relationship between health at work and turnover or more offices. It's not a very direct link. Of course, it is a link and it has the effect. So to answer the question, why are companies investing or not investing? The main issue, and this has been stated 5 years ago by Harvard, who did research, is we need to see a return on investment in the language we speak. Companies speak numbers, and if they invest in health and well-being, which they for sure want to do, They need to have a valid business case. Otherwise, I see companies and they say, okay, this year we're going to invest 20,000 euro, next year 100,000, then 10,000. If there's no direct link, if we invest more that are numbers, that are shareholders, that society wants to see too, there's no real benefit. Visual, of course, they feel it, everyone does. So that's a bit of a key reason why our CEOs, yes, are not investing in corporate wellness, because they need to see visually the results, take this report, show it to the shareholders at the end of the year. So that's a bit to give a bit of a big picture of what's happening in the world. And it's a very exciting time to be alive, I tell everyone. I guess everyone says it in every era. But for me, it feels 10 to 20 years ago, marketing. People were asking, should we do marketing? Even the big firms. Marketing, Facebook, social media. Does it work? Everyone knew, but no one really had a clear idea what the effect was going to be in sales. Today, I don't think anyone doubts about the importance of marketing. It's exactly the same what is happening with corporate wellness. Today, everyone is like looking at each other. How do you do it? How many initiatives? How many activities? What is corporate wellness? And in 10 years, everyone will be, of course, your people are your most important asset in your company. So in this Facebook Live, where I'll be answering Pankaj Jaina's questions, this was the first question on why will a CEO, yes or not, invest in corporate wellness? Give him the numbers, give a clear business case, make it a no-brainer. If we do this, if we invest this amount, this will be the return and you'll get a contract. And then his second question was, if you're a corporate wellness consultant, because this video is going to be shared in a group with corporate wellness consultants all over the world, and they are asking, okay, how can we get a foot? I always walk barefoot to ground, of course not in a company, but how can we get a foot in the door? And it's really easy in a way. Don't try all the techniques and don't go for all the sales stuff, and be yourself and connect. If you want to meet a CEO, see this person as a human being. Why would you be interested in connecting with this person? What are his interests? If it's someone who's doing golf, if it's someone who's doing yoga, if it's someone who's into Buddhism, find out who is this person, and from your heart, make a connection away from business first. Meet them because you're purely intrigued by them. Okay, you're a CEO. How does your life look like? What are you doing? And be authentically interested. And if you feel that interest, you're going to vibrate it, you're going to resonate it. So what I usually do is I go on LinkedIn and I look for the most inspiring is something I connect with, people who have a vision, their own ideas. And I just ask them, hey, I like what you're doing. I want to know more about you. And if we have a click, I'd like to share how I can help maybe. And if you find that authentic way of relating and it resonates both ways, I've had a lot of meetings where I just had to do one message on LinkedIn and I could go in a walking meeting with his CEO because I honestly cared about what he was doing. And all these meetings have given my own life a huge benefit, whether a contract followed or not. And often it did follow. But that's not the main point of the first connection. You want to connect with a person first before you want to talk business. Who is this person? And can we relate with each other? Can we connect with each other? Now, this is a Facebook Live about corporate wellness, about making corporations ready for the future, how to work healthy, how to be happy, how to feel good in a company. This will be shared in a group of corporate wellness consultants all over the world. And we're answering 3 questions. The first 2 questions we've been talking about is, okay, a CEO, a decision maker, an owner of a company, when will they give a budget for people to work on mindfulness, to eat healthy, to go with a smile to work? When will a company invest in it? And the answer is, I've been given a bit of a background, but numbers. Get a business case. It's growing. People need to the heart is already aligned, but the mind needs to be aligned too. And the second question was, how can you get a foot in the door? How can you get in and meet a decision maker? And I invite everyone, and I'm enjoying a lot of people watching. whatever you're dreaming about, whomever you want to meet in your life, focus on this person and try to figure out who they are, and you can meet them. It's like meeting your favorite football player. If you're a corporate wellness consultant, you have probably a dream list of companies you want to work for. Follow them. What do they do in their personal life, and connect on a human-to-human basis instead of the cell stuff. So just be real. And then the third question, and I'm really happy Pankaj Jaina, who's a corporate wellness consultant from India, asked this question. And he said, okay, if I go to my dream CEO, and what number should I bring to convince him? And again, what I really motivate, there's 4 main numbers you can bring, 4 categories. But I always say theory and strategy is the easy part. The human connection is the most important part. You'll make the numbers with him. So if you go to a CEO or a decision maker and you want to work with them, co-create with them, ask, say, okay, of course you have some numbers in mind, some statistics, like for example in Belgium, one of the key numbers right now is that 1 in 10 people are at home in a burnout or in disease. That means if you go in a company in Belgium, and you look around, that every day 1 of 10 people isn't there. But what is the next thing? That if 1 person, this is a huge task package, isn't there, 9 people are taking over this task package. So this is bringing extra pressure. Now, this is a lot. Normal disease rates should be about 1 to 3%, which means 1 in 100 people. Of course, sometimes you need time to let everything flow, but it's growing, and it's been growing for 10 years in Belgium. So if you want to bring a number and you are a health and well-being, a corporate wellness consultant, take a look in your country, if it's in India, if it's in Canada, Australia, in Holland, what's happening in my market? How many people are healthy and happy, and how can I help to bring people, help them to cope with this overload of tasks and not get in disease too. So take a number, for example, disease, and bring that to the company. Other companies, I usually ask a bit around. Some companies have a big issue in finding people, and attracting good people to work. So bring a number and say, hey, you can find a lot of studies on the internet. For example, you say, hey, on average, a company with 200 employees will get about, 200 employees. Yeah, you'd get about 10 applications spontaneously per month. This is people who want to work for a company. You just look up the statistics, and if you know this company has an issue with it, you ask, hey, how many spontaneous applications do you receive? Because then they have a number, and once there is a number, you can make a business case. Oh, you don't get much spontaneous? Fine, let me have a look why this is. And usually this has to do with reputation, how people are feeling in the company. No one wants to work there, for example. And then as a corporate wellness consultant, you can go and change that culture, starting with the people who are in the company and making it a healthier culture. So the numbers you can think of, and again, in every country, because this is being recorded for a group all over the world, research the numbers for the company you're going and think about 4 main categories. First one is disease. How many people are in disease? Some countries don't have that big of an issue with disease. Thinking Canada is quite okay. So that won't be an entry point. But then think about getting people, attracting talent. How many applications do companies receive on a monthly basis? Another one is innovation. Because companies in the future, they need to innovate. How many ideas are coming bottom up? Because you want to have the people, the sales, the product team, people who are in the company, even in a small company with 10 people, ideas to grow. If they only come from the top, your company will never grow, because there's limited number of people who think. If everyone can think, innovation will grow, and more people will think with the company and create with the company. So if this is a number you can find, again, go in your country, take a look at the statistics. What are the average number of ideas, employees, and I don't like the term employees, I like the term professionals. What is the number of ideas professionals bring regarding innovation. And then go to the company. Hey, how many ideas do people bring in your company? And often they won't know. Decision makers won't know. If it's not a focus yet, they won't know. But then you have your entry point and you can say, hey, with this project and this culture change and creating a healthier culture, I'm going to help you make processes so people can bring in ideas. Because bringing in ideas, having a contribution to this company you're working in is a major part of feeling healthy and happy. A fourth number is sales. Now, you have a sales team in every company, which would be, what, 1 on 10? Depending on the size of the company, of course. But maybe 10% of 200 employees are in sales, 20 people. That doesn't mean the other 80 people aren't doing sales, you know? If you're working for a company 40 hours a week, if you're happy, just think about all the people you meet in a week. You're always sharing about your company. And no matter what products the company is selling, how good the products are, if you're always telling your whole environment, my boss and the company, and it is gonna affect the reputation of the company. So sales is done by everyone who works in a company, not just by the sales team. And this is also as a corporate wellness consultant, because this Facebook Live is for people who want to help companies create healthier cultures. Think about the numbers. How satisfied are people about working, which means will they refer their company's products and services to their whole network, or are they just working because they need a job and this was the first thing? You want to have, as a company, you want to have people who are proud, who feel good, and if you're working in a company, you just want to be able to contribute in a way that feels good and related to your heart. So this was today's Facebook Live about the return on investment of corporate wellness. We discussed what corporate wellness is, all initiatives related to health and well-being, and what decides if a decision maker or CEO will give a budget or will not give a budget for corporate wellness. We then talked about ways to get a foot in the door, and it's all about just human connecting. And if you're connected to your heart and you feel it, the CEO, the person you connect with, if it's the right moment, they'll feel it, and it will be just one LinkedIn message and the next day you're doing a walking meeting. It's that simple, honestly. The third thing is, what number should you bring once you get that walking meeting? What should you talk about? And I shared 4 numbers you can use, and you just look in your country for the statistics, but get to numbers, because that's how businesses are operating today. Now, thank you so much also for everyone who is watching, and everyone in the consulting group. I'm very excited to have so many people on the same purpose and mission. And anyone who's interested after watching this video, I give one-to-one private advice too. If you've done some steps, you can just book a 15-minute free session with me where I can have a look, have an external ear and listen how it's going in your corporate wellness career, how you're getting customers, and what maybe I can help you with 1 or 2 small things that can fast track your career. Now, see you in the next Facebook Live and have an amazing day. And I would always say, do some healthy habits too. Mine today is I like to stand up when I'm doing Facebook Lives, when I'm working, just to get some energy moving. So have an amazing day. Ciao, ciao. And now the ending.